What I'll be talking about today? Well, honey, I'll be talking about weird stuff that you Swedes do that I think other people should try as well. That's my topic for today. Hey, guys. Hey, hello. Welcome back to my channel. How have you been? Hope you're okay. As you've heard, we're going to be talking about weird things that I think Swedish people do or you find in a Swedish home setting. And I think you should try them. Oh, don't try, just do them. Anyway, I've talked about Swedish culture shock, but these are quite weird settings or stuff that they do at home that are interesting, to be honest, and you should try them. I urge you to try them. As my viewer, go ahead, try these ones. Before we get into that, are you bumping onto my channel for the first time? If so, don't hesitate, just click on the subscription button below. Don't forget to turn on the notification so we'll be on this together. Comment what you'd like to hear or see on my channel. I'll be available and try my level best to deliver. If you're a returning viewer and subscriber, thank you so much. God bless you. Thank you for being consistent. Now let's get into this weird stuff that I've seen or I think Swedish people do that you should try. Number one, pizza. Coming from Greece, I always saw pizzas being delivered already cut into pieces. So you just receive it, continue, go ahead and eat. But apparently in Sweden, you have to ask for the pizzas to be cut into pieces for you. If you forget to do so, pizzas will be delivered whole. Now, what do Swedish people do? Guess. Swedish people cut pizza using scissors. Okay, there are normal people that use a pizza cutter, but Swedish people use scissors to cut pizzas. Yes, and it's a common thing. It hasn't started today. It started way long ago, and it's somehow like embedded into a Swedish lifestyle and culture and way of living. It's not a strange thing. Yeah, cutting pizza with scissors. The next thing is leaving lights on. Yes, be it summer, be it winter, Swedish people like to leave lights on overnight. And most of the time, the lights are always dimmed light in the house. You don't find bright lights in the house, Swedish houses, usually. They use a lot of lights, that I'll tell you, and they leave them on. Me personally, this is going to appear very weird. Personally, coming from Greece, where every time you turn on the light, it counts, and they will charge you heaven and earth. So you make sure you don't turn on the lights if you don't use them. Yeah, I kid you not. At night, I used to go to the toilet without turning the lights on. I was used to it. But since I came to Sweden, for some unknown reason, I'm the one asking why the lights are not turned on. Seriously. If you are living in a block of apartments and you get out at night, you'll find each and every window has lights on and the shutters are not brought down. So the windows do not have shutters, they don't have curtains, the lights are just blinking all out. Well, it kind of brings some kind of nice and cozy and welcoming thing, and it's very nice if you look at outside. If you look outside at night and you see different windows with different lights, kind of nice somehow. I'm not sure if that was the reason why. Let me know, Swedes. Why do you leave your lights on? But especially the ones at the window. The windows lights should be on. Tell me on the comments so I am aware why you like to leave your lights on. The next thing is continental beds. Okay. Again, this is it should have gone to a culture shock category. So Swedes like to have those beds, intercontinental beds that they're two pieces. Yes, two-pieces bed. So one time we went to look for a bed, both an IKEA and Miu. Yeah, we looked a lot of beds in Miu, and 95% of beds are divided beds. Coming from Kenya and coming from Greece as well, I'm used to one bed for a couple. One bed, so just not divided into two. And it's a very thing, apparently it's a very common thing in Scandinavian countries. They have those separated beds. Bringing me to the next point. Guys, the first time my partner told me that I want a duvet of my own, I was like, what in the hell of the world? Are you separating from me? Are you breaking up with me or something? So I'm used to couples sleeping in one blanket. And then he was like, no, I just need my duvet. Apparently this is a thing, not only in Sweden, but it started in Sweden though. It's among the Scandinavian people, or country in general. They have two duvets. Yes. I was like, you're breaking my heart because I need to warm my legs. What in the world am I going to be passing through different duvets for my legs to find your back so I can warm it? Ladies, you know that winter time, it's a freezing legs time. And yes, you need your warmer, the warmest one. Yes, and that is his back. And I was like, no, I'm not going to do that. Guess what? I'm the one embracing that freedom of having my own blanket. Not blanket, my own duvet. So in Sweden, it's very, very common. It's like you go to every house. I think it's mostly every household. They have their bed that way. You have a bed divided into two in the middle, and then you have two duvets. So you finish, if in any case you're couples, you do your job, and then when you go to bed, everybody sleeps on their sides. Yes, it's a common thing in Sweden. The next thing that Swedish people do that I find weird, and maybe it's okay, you should try, but it's not common in other country, is doing Swedish bed spreading the bed Swedish way. What do? They just use duvet with a duvet cover. There's no undersheet. There is nothing like that. They don't use blankets. Simplicity. If you've watched my last video and you've heard me talking about lagom, yes, simplicity is the key, both in bed, both in the living room, in the kitchen, everywhere for Swedes. So they do not use blankets. I remember the first time I asked for a blanket when I came here. But no, Swedes don't use blanket. They use only duvet. So there is a winter duvet and there is a summer duvet. Yeah. There is nothing like duvet and a blanket. In Greece, we do that. Even though the winter is not that heavy, we do use duvet and we use a blanket. So that to me was a bit of a strange thing, a weird thing. No blanket, and then you have a winter and summer duvet. Yeah. The next thing that Swedish people do that I find very strange, maybe again it's not strange to you, but I say strange or weird because it is not something that is commonly practiced in other countries like Kenya or Greece, which is the countries that I can talk about openly because those were countries that I lived in. So the next thing will be, okay, so there is this, the bathtub. It's in Greece, it's connected to the wall, so it's more stuck on the wall. Most houses in Sweden, you have I call them floating bathtubs. It's good in a way, and I kind of like it, which I think it's a nice idea when it comes to cleaning the bathroom. Yes, so that you can take out the bathtub and then put it back in again. So I call them floating bathtubs. This is a very common thing in Swedish houses. You don't find such things in houses in Greece, not at all. In Kenya, mostly they don't use bathtubs; they just use showers. And most houses are not having bathtubs; they have showers. And I think this is good, especially if you can clean your bathroom without having any difficulties. Nothing is stuck in the at the bottom of your bathtub, so you have to remove it altogether and then put it back. You can just pull it. So that for me, I find very strange, because you find such bathtubs in big hotels, like in a 5-star, whatever, high-star hotels, not at homes. So yeah, that to me is a bit of a surprise, and I found it very surprising, though it is amazing and a good idea when it comes to maintaining home cleaning. The next thing that I would say to you that I find very strange or weird, which most people should practice, you should try it, is gentle talk to the kids. To be honest, well, if you're 80s kid, born, raised in Africa, you know there is no such a thing as a gentle parenting, gentle talk, gentle or respect to the kids, or treat kids with respect, treat kids like humans. No. And this is the truth. It was never there. And me growing up, it was hardcore growing up process. So Swedish people talk to kids like humans, which they are. Gentle talk. And I've learned it. I've learned it from my partner. I can see the way he talks to our daughter, and that is me learning. Me learning because I grew up in an environment, in a generation where we were being beaten if you don't do something right. We were being punished if you don't do something right. We were being punished if you do something more than you should have done. We were being punished if you don't cry, if you cry. So gentle talk to kids. And our daughter is like 11 months. She's turning 12 soon. So she'll be 1 year soon. And he talks to her like a grown-up. Really nice. And I'm learning, and we learn every day. I get to talk to her in a gentle and very nice way so she understands things. So that, I think, should have been number one, actually. People should learn that kids are also humans, and they learn from grown-ups. And if we yell or scream or beat them or be angry at them, yet they don't know, they haven't learned anything, it's just creating trauma. So the way Swedish people treat kids is super, super, super amazing. And yes, Kenyans should try that. My other surprising thing about Swedish way of living or settings at home is kids leaving home at the age too early. And I mean as early as 19. Why am I finding this weird? Remember, I came from Greece, where you find a 50-year-old still living with their mother. Yes, it is true. It is true, and it's among it's among the Mediterranean people living at home with your parents until you're having gray hair is a common thing. And again, in Greece, it's a normal life. Living with your parents, you're married, you have kids, you still live with your parents in the same apartment or in the same house. It is a common thing. So I find it very interesting or strange for parents to trust their kids or train them mentally so that at the age of 19 they are free to be outside there by themselves. For me, I feel scared. I feel worried. I feel like letting my child at the age of 19, okay, they're adults, but are they really, really adults? Yes, Swedes let their kids out as early as 19. Yes. So the next thing I find very weird is what Swedish people gift for birthdays. I got birthday gifts, and guess what I got? I got plants. Swedish people gift plants for birthdays. Why do I find it weird? Because again, I was in Greece where gifting will involve something like clothes, shoes, a treatment, something else beside a plant. So I found this a bit strange when I got a plant for a gift. I think it started when I met my partner, that every birthday he was giving me a plant. He was coming with a plant at home. So even though he's the one taking care of them. But yes, he gifted me plants all my birthdays. And that was a bit of a surprise to think about it. Coming to think about it, it's like somebody giving you a life, somebody telling you that you can survive like this plant. So, or somebody telling you that you need to be alive to keep the plant alive, because without you the plant will die. So yes, I find that strange, yet you should practice, yet it's something that should be incorporated in our daily life. Instead of gifting people something, let's say a shoe, for example, buy them a very nice plant, or plant with benefits that health wise, that will help you with your health if you use them. So yes, I got plants as gifts for my birthday, and I appreciate them and I love them. Thank you for those who did that. Thank you. When you watch this, thank you. The last thing that I find weird, and people in Kenya and people in Greece would actually agree with me. Transparency. Transparency is too much here, especially transparency to where you live, how much you earn, which job you're doing, how many people lives in your house. If this can be implemented in Greece, I don't even know what will happen. Malaka, I don't know what will happen. You can imagine that there is a government website where you can go and check where somebody lives, what they do, how much they earn, how many people live in that apartment. On one hand, it's amazing. On the other hand, is lack of privacy. But again, you find that despite Sweden having issue with criminality, I still think that it's not as high as, for example, don't kill me. For example, it's not as high as internet hacking or identity theft, or a Nigerian prince will do. So yes, I think this should be something to be implemented in Greece. Reason being, in Greece you can find that in an apartment they're living 10 people and the owner doesn't know. The owner has no idea that people are living in his or her apartment that much. He or she knows that I have two couple living in my apartment, but 10, 20 people are living in that specific apartment. Yes, and I'm not kidding. The one apartment with just one bathroom and let's say maybe 2 bedrooms can hold 10 people. It's a very common thing in Greece. So yes, transparency and of course the salary, how much you earn. It's something that I find very weird because it's out there on the internet. You cannot lie to anybody. And I think that's probably why Swedish people talk about their salary freely. They talk about how much they earn, what they do, their accomplishment. It doesn't really bother them because even if they don't say it, if you want to know, you just go online and you will find all the information that you're looking for. So yes, those are the few weird things that I think you should practice, or you should try them, of course. Tell me if you've tried one or you're doing one, or one of them is something you would like to try, on the comment below. Other than that, have you subscribed yet? If you haven't, just go ahead, click on the subscription button below, comment what you'd like to hear or want me to talk about. As I said, I'll be available, try my best to deliver. Guys, love you all. Happy New Year again.